Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to LSU Live here on the Voice of College Football Network. I am Grant Sasher, your co-host here on LSU at the Voice of College Football Network. Zach Jenda will not be joining us today. Who's my co-host? His household got struck with COVID, so he's gonna take a day off. He may be here tomorrow, but we'll see. I'll keep in contact with them to get any more updates. But oh man, what a day for college baseball! A lot of upsets, including the one you're probably watching right now. LSU is currently down 10-4 to Little Rock in the top of the ninth. They're the away team. Right now, we might be seeing the final out with Ethan Fry. The two outs, they're 1 out away from losing to Little Rock 10-4. What a win for the Trojans. Just not a great day. Jackson Johnson, what's up, Bayou Bengal Nation? What's up, Jackson? But yeah, a lot of people viewing it right now, especially on Twitter. I appreciate you guys for staying up and watching the stream right now. It's right now it is close to midnight, so we're about to approach the June 2nd. I can't believe it's already June, by the way. There's the final out. And it's official. LSU has lost to Little Rock 10-4. Not a great showing for the Tigers tonight. First of all, Little Rock can't hit nor can they pitch, right? We've discussed this beforehand. Like, they're the worst team in the tournament right now. They have a losing record. And they actually have, if I remember correctly, they have the worst RPI out of any team in the tournament right now, and they're still alive. Last night, they defeated. Last night they defeated Rhode Island to stay alive. Earlier today, they beat Dallas Baptist. And that was an upset too. Dallas Baptist is a really good baseball program. They're in the top 25 in the country, and they're also the number 2 seed in the Baton Rouge Regional. That was a team that Dallas Baptist was the team I thought, in my opinion, was going to give LSU the most trouble. However, Little Rock has defeated LSU tonight 10-4 after getting shut out 7-0 on Friday night. I actually did attend that game, actually covered that game from the press box. And it looked like LSU was the better team by far. But once again, it shows you that LSU still is struggling when Anthony Ianson or Cade Anderson are pitching on the mound. Not a great showing for the Tigers at all. Let me go live on Instagram. Make sure, because for some reason I wasn't live on Instagram. That's weird. Okay, now I'm officially on Instagram, so you guys can view it from there. But if you guys are tuning in on Instagram, LSU has lost 10-4 to Little Rock in an upset. Massive upset. Little Rock, team with the worst RPI in the tournament. I believe they might be the only team in the tournament that have a losing record. Probably to double check that. If there is another team that has a losing record, it's like 1, maybe 2. Just not an ideal situation for LSU. You had a fairly easy regional, although I'll say Dallas Baptist is very good program. 11 straight appearances to the postseason. 1 of 5 teams to do so, and that includes LSU. But a very, very disappointing loss for LSU. And now you're going to have to play a rubber match tomorrow. And look, yes, the good news is that LSU will be pitching Casey Evans and Zach Collins tomorrow. That's a good thing, right? I mean, that is good. Although I do wish they would have pitched tonight. But Little Rock went through 4 different pitchers. So they had their starter. Actually, no. They had 3 guys go. 2 guys go 1.2 innings. Had another guy go 0.1 innings, and then they pitched another pitcher for the last 5 innings. Just once again, LSU 10, Little Rock 4. Tomorrow, the rubber match has not been announced yet. Probably be announced very, very soon. So once we get the update, I'll let you guys know. But man, oh man, this is not the result that if you're an LSU Tiger fan, you did not want. But anyway, guys, if you guys are watching this on Twitter, I appreciate you guys for staying up. Also, make sure to go check out our YouTube channel. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then also click on the bell so you can get notified on what's going on. Whether we release a video, we go live, you name it. We're gonna be posting live videos in the next month or two. It's the summertime, so that means we're gonna have a lot of free time. But of course, recruiting season officially opened. I guess you could say yesterday because we're approaching midnight. It officially opened on June 1st. LSU had a lot of visitors come to the Ponderosa. We'll have that video up for you guys tomorrow. And then also, we got SC Media Days in a month. There's a lot of stuff going on in the next month, despite it being a dead period. And, I'm also going to try to have on some guests throughout the summer to kind of discuss what's going on with LSU sports. So anyway, let's kind of break down the game. Because, oh boy, and I'll say this, LSU only scored 4 runs, right? And I said this before when we were doing the regional preview about Little Rock on our live show. And I said that Little Rock, if you looked at their ERA entering the postseason, it was a 6.33 ERA, right? So they allow 6 runs per game. I wouldn't say 6 runs per game, but 6 earned runs per game. And if LSU didn't get to that number, it would be fairly disappointing. Well, LSU did not get to that number. They got to the number in game 1 of the regional, but they did not get to that number tonight. However, if you look at LSU, they actually did pretty well hitting. I actually pull up the live stats for you guys right here. Let me pull this up. Here we go. So LSU did a great job hitting, right? Look, they batted .297 from the plate, which is 11 for 37. So they did a fairly good job. It's also the 3rd game in a row where they have had 10 or more hits. That's saying a lot because if you look at last weekend, LSU only had last weekend in the SEC tournament, LSU only had 6 hits combined. They only hit 2 balls in the game against Ole Miss, which they're eliminated at the SEC semifinals. So it wasn't a very good weekend for LSU and Hoover. But they've greatly improved that, right? Like I said, they've had 3 straight games where they have had 10 or more hits. And also they've hit well with runners on, right? They went 4 for 12 for runners in scoring position, 6 for 19 with runners on. They went 3 for 9 for leadoff. That's not the greatest situation, but hey, look, they batted better leadoff than Little Rock, right? However, Little Rock converted on the chances that they had. Look at it. Look, runners in scoring position, 3 of 11, so they did fairly decent there. But with runners on third, with less than 2 outs, they went 4 for 4. They were able to score 4 runs with the runners on third. So they took advantage of their opportunities. Simple as that. I wouldn't say LSU didn't, right? But, Little Rock got a lot of chances, and they took care of business. Simple as that. Like I said, LSU went, they batted 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. That's better than Little Rock. However, when you have runners on third, you have to take advantage of that, and Little Rock did. They went 4 for 4. And they just did what they had to do. What a job! What a game by Little Rock, and of course you got to talk about Cano. Of course, Cano was just killing LSU all game. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous what he was doing out there. Let me pull up this. I actually had it saved on my phone. Um, yeah. And so Angel Cano, 2 for 5, uh, with a home run and 5 RBIs. Just simply killed the Tigers tonight. I mean, what a game from him. And a lot of people are like, oh man, does he have any eligibility left? Can we get him from the transfer portal? Guys, he batted 236 before this game. He batted 236 from the plate, guys. I mean, like I said, this wasn't a very good hitting team, and and they're not a very good hitting team, nor were they a very good pitching team as well. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, as a team, they're batting 275, which isn't great. Especially if you look at the rest of the teams around the country. And how Cano, like I said, was batting 236 before this game. Just not a great day for the Tigers. Hey, look, you can blame the bullpen, which I think you can't. Yeah, I think that. I mean, look, and a lot of times I don't really like blame the bullpen, especially when LSU has not been hitting well, but they didn't do well today, right? They just didn't. Chase Shores gave up 4 runs after coming in relief. And really, Cooper Williams kept him in this game. Cooper Williams did not allow a single run. And he had 4 strikeouts. And, and really, Cooper Williams proved that he could be one of the top guys coming out of the bullpen, which I think is a good thing for LSU because you need as many guys out of the bullpen as possible. You need to find your guys. It's postseason. All right. But Maverick Grizzly has been proven they can be a bullpen guy. Of course, we already know about Zach Cowan and Casey Evans, but they also need to look for a 4th and a 5th guy. Maybe Cooper Williams can be that guy for you. And he kept LSU in the game for the most part. Oh, my God. Which is not ideal. And really, I want to know why Jay didn't go with Casey Evans and Zach Cowan. Right? Because they've been the day 3 guys all year. That'll be very interesting to see what Jay has to say about that. Because that is not a very good situation for LSU. You can make a case that, Zach Cowan and Casey Evans pitch tonight. Could LSU won the game? I don't know. But we do know that Little Rock played their ass off, and we have to give them credit where credit is due. Not a great day for Jane Newt. He allowed 2 runs, 2 earned. Both of them are earned. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. He only pitched a 1 inning, and before Chase Shores came in, and then he gave up 4 runs. And then they put Cooper Williams, and he was able to stall and not allow a single run. Did a great job coming out of the bullpen. Jacob Myers came in for about an inning, and then he got subbed out in the 8th inning after he allowed 4 no hits, but he allowed 4 runs, all of which were earned in a wild pitch. And Maverick Grizzly finished it off, he did not allow. He allowed a hit, but he did not allow a single run, which is not a great day or great night, I should say, for LSU. Just not a great night. And you also gotta give a huge shout out to Little Rock. Look, they only hit the ball 8 times out of the 30 attempts, which is less than LSU, but they took advantage of the opportunities that were given them. And Angel Cano was a big reason for that. He was responsible for 5 of the runs, which is, half of the runs. Just not a great night for your Fighting Tigers. So the rubber match will be tomorrow. They have not updated the times yet. I can only assume that it will be in the afternoon. I don't know what the weather is supposed to look like. Good. Oh boy, the weather, has been kind of bipolar, as you guys know, in Louisiana. Um, yeah, so it should be good. Looking at the weather app right now, we should be very sunny in Baton Rouge tomorrow, all throughout the day, which is good. Uh, I Once again, the game just ended, so we will probably won't know what time the game ends. The game starts tomorrow until another 20 minutes. Because I that's probably the approximate time. Because that's when I went to game one on Friday, and we were in the press conference. I remember Kent Lowe, the legend, who is the assistant sports information director at LSU. Well, let me explain this. So Bonnet is the athletic director, the associate athletic director of all of sports communications. Kent is right below him, and of course, Bill is right there too. Bill Franquez is the uh, he is the sports information director for baseball. Kent is for basketball, and Bonnet is, of course, runs the whole thing. But if there's, well, let's say LSU's hosting an event, for example, like baseball, Kent usually is the main one that runs things because Bill is doing his baseball duties. Kent's kind of the guy who makes sure everything's going smoothly because, of course, Bill's handling other things, right? But Kent told us what time the game would be tonight, last night, which was at 8 o'clock. And really, all of LSU games are 8 o'clock. And I can only imagine the game being at 8 o'clock because of how bipolar the weather here is in southern Louisiana. Just not a great game for LSU. But we do have an idea of who LSU could be playing in the Super Regional if they were, in fact, to win tomorrow, right? And that is West Virginia. West Virginia, let me pull up all the scores real quick. Let me pull this up for you guys. Because they won their regional. They actually defeated Kentucky to win the Clemson regional. Clemson was the host, and they won the regional. And I had a feeling that there's a possible. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just in my headphones. Some video was playing. So I was kind of nerved by that. But anyway, if you look at what happened here in the Clemson regional, let me share the screen with you guys real quick. Right. Bang. So
how about
LSU?
Pretty much 70% fastball. This is just going to come back.
If they were to win tomorrow, they will play Clemson. Oh, not Clemson.
Take a look.
West Virginia.
Defensive changes.
West Virginia
here
defeated Kentucky.
Georgia. McCarthy goes to left.
13-12.
Stays in the game. Center. Trey Phelps is now
I mean, what a game they
Trey
had.
King has entered the game at second base.
West Virginia, they defeat Kentucky in game
one
of the
changes for
the,
Georgia. Nolan
regional.
Schubert leads off,
then
and the first pitch misses 1-0.
Clemson.
Schubert, a home run earlier today.
The championship series.
The three scheduled hitters for Oklahoma State have homered a combined 6 times in this regional.
Kentucky 13-12.
1-0. To the screen, it's 2-0.
Game, of course.
That's some certain jitters here.
There's a possibility that LSU could play West Virginia in the Super Regional if they were, in fact, able to win tomorrow. And West Virginia is a very good team. I mean, if you guys don't remember this, but you guys do remember this, but I'm sorry, it's midnight. But when LSU played in the Chapel Hill Regional last year, let's just say hypothetically LSU beat North Carolina last year in the regional. They would have played West Virginia in last year's Super Regional because West Virginia was paired up with North Carolina for that Super Regional. And West Virginia has been a solid baseball program for the last few seasons. So I know going off of Wikipedia, but screw it. So West Virginia, if you look at their program system, for you guys who may not be familiar with West Virginia, West Virginia won their regional the last 2 years. So they won the regional last year, and they won again this year. West Virginia has made it 3 straight postseason appearances, and they're under first-year head coach. What's the guy's? Steve Sabins. The last few seasons they were under Randy Mazzi, and Randy Mazzi, he I don't know what happened with him. I don't think that really matters. Because it says it doesn't coach anymore. But Steve Sabins took over. West Virginia is 43-14 on the year, so they're a very good ball club, right? Very, 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 very good ball club, actually. So they did not win the Big 12 tournament, but they've been they've been a very good program for quite some time. And they're kind of a scary team. Like I said, they have experience in the postseason, so it's not going to be some walk in the park. They're 43-14 for crying out loud. And that's so that you're a 43-14 team and you played in the Big 12, which is a good baseball conference. Look, that's a really good ball club. And right now, I'm kind of worried about LSU, right? And there's good reason for that, right? LSU, although they're hitting the ball better now, but for a little while, they could not hit the ball worth a lick, and especially when they left Baton Rouge. And now they do hit well at home, as you know, they've hit 10 or more. Had 10 or more hits in their last 3 games, but it's against Dallas Baptist is the best team you play in that regional, and you beat them 12-0. But Dallas Baptist is a different type of team. You're going against a good West Virginia team. And if you pull this up right here, share screen. Let's look at their statistics real quick. Kind of give a little preview, a quick little preview, but they're a much, much better team than what LSU would be playing in their regional, right? They have an ERA of 4.35, which is fairly decent. But if you look at their starters right here, Jack Cartsonas, Griffin Kern, and Reese Bassinger, they all have winning records. And they don't really strike out a lot of people, right? Griffin Kern leads them with 100 strikeouts, but they're not really I would say, a strong start. They don't really strike out a lot of people. But from the looks of things, they have a lot of guys in the bullpen. They're kind of probably more of a bullpen-driven club. Just look at the low strikeout totals right here. That's not a very high strikeout. So that lets me know that they rely a good bit on their bullpen. As you can look here, they have 4 guys who have had 18 or more appearances in them. So they rely a good bit on their bullpen. And really, actually, there's a couple guys in their bullpen, including Chase Meyer and Carson Estridge, who have more strikeouts than the guys who are the actual starters, including Reese Bassinger. So it lets me know that they use a lot of guys in their bullpen. So they're they have a fairly decent pitching staff. We'll probably have a lot more of a better preview of West Virginia tomorrow, because I'm going to do a little bit more research on them. I just didn't want to do any research on who we're going to play in the Super Regional, just because I want to wait until the regionals were kind of over. But they're a very good hitting team. They have 5 guys who are batting 300 or more. They had a couple of guys who are hitting, and a few guys are hitting in the 280, 290 range. They don't really rake as much. They only have 55 home runs, but they do make contact with the ball. As you can see, like I said, They batting 299 on the season, which is actually pretty good. So they're batting about 300. Yeah. I mean, and they like to steal bases. So I think they're going to be a lot like a Kentucky, where they play a lot of small ball because they don't have that type of power. And so you're going to see a lot of small ball, but LSU needs to be on the but before we even get to the West Virginia, they have to win the game tomorrow. They have to. And I can only imagine that they're going to pitch Casey Evans, and they're going to pitch they're going to pitch Casey Evans, and then they're going to pitch Zach Collins, right? And really, they should have pitched him today. But that's it'll be very interesting to see what Jay Johnson has to say about that decision to pitch those guys. I'm trying to see if they. Okay. So the game will be at 8:00 tomorrow. That is official. The game will be at 8:00 tomorrow, and I think, and that definitely has everything to do with the weather. Because when I went there, there was the first pitch was supposed to be for 2:00. The first pitch wasn't until 7:36 that night. So I think they're definitely trying to avoid any weather issues. Although the weather should be fine tomorrow. I can tell you for certain they're trying to avoid any weather issues, because I don't think anybody wants to be at the stadium at 2:00. Oh, by the way, we're gonna have a 2-hour weather delay because Lightning is in the 8-mile radius. I don't think they want that, so I can see why they're having the game at 8:00. But having the game again at 8:00 tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow for. I think we might move the reaction show to. We'll see about that. You might. I got to figure that thing out. So what we might do, to be honest with you, we might move the live show to Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that, or we could do some pre-recorder show. I don't know what we're gonna do, because the game is for 8. We'll figure something out. But anyway, it is time to go to bed. I need to get some sleep. I was tough loss for LSU. They lost 10-4 against Little Rock. Very disappointing showing for the Tigers, especially from their bullpen. I thought they hit the ball well enough tonight. Like I said, they had 10 hits on the night. Third straight game where they've had 10 more hits. But Little Rock took care of business. They were the better team tonight, and it showed. The rubber match will be tomorrow at 8:00. We'll figure out if they're going to do some live show tomorrow. I got to figure it out. And it's also I want to see if Zach's healthier tomorrow, so maybe you could do a live show. But once again, LSU loses to Little Rock 10-4. The rubber match will be tomorrow at 8:00. Get some sleep. Replenish tomorrow, and everyone, let's go crazy. If you're whether you're at the box or you're on your living room couch, make sure to go crazy tomorrow. LSU, once again, LSU loses against the Little Rock 10-4, and the rubber match will be at 8:00 tonight. See ya, deuces, and get some rest, guys. We all are going to need it. Hopefully the Trojans don't affect our sleep.